haircut. Let's go.
Well, what do you guys think? Yeah, I know, it's like the same, but it's straighter for now, and it's a lot neater. All those gross split ends are gone, so that's awesome. I'm really happy with it. Oh, my legs hurt so much. I went shopping after my haircut, and I kinda wish I hadn't. Anyway, it is Thursday, April 18th, and I'm still doing VEDA, obviously. Sit up. And it's Throwback Thursday again today, so I'm going to be talking about my costume, or costumes in this case, of Fujiko Mine from Lupin III. Now, it has come to my attention that many people have never heard of Lupin III. I intend to correct that before we continue. Lupin III started out as a manga written by a gentleman called Monkey Punch. He started publishing in 1967. The first series ran until 1972. There was a second series of the manga called Lupin III World's Most Wanted, which ran from 77 to 81. Lupin III is also an anime which has run in 4 series so far. The first series ran from 1971 to 1972, the second one from 1977 to 1980, the third from 1984 to 85, and the fourth one is really quite recent, running in the spring of 2012. Lupin III has also had 5 animated theatrical films. We have had 4 OVAs, and I can't even count the number of television specials. There has also been at least 1 live-action film. Lupin III himself is a master thief, much more a gentleman in the anime than in the manga, who Monkey Punch imagined to be the grandson of Arsène Lupin, the master thief from French literature. Lupin III is joined by Jigen, who is a sharpshooter, Goemon, who is a swordsman/samurai, and Fujiko Mine, who is a femme fatale. They are chased the world over by Inspector Zenigata, who is mostly incompetent but still manages to follow them every episode. As far as genre goes, the anime is definitely comedy. I've watched a lot of it, though that's still not remotely all, since there's over 200 episodes. And there is no series-wide story arcs. It's all standalone mysteries. And if none of this has meant anything to you yet, let's just say that Miyazaki worked on at least one of the movies. This anime certainly doesn't look like the shows that are being produced now, but you can definitely see its stylistic influences in a lot of other anime that's out there. Once again, I'm going to reference Cowboy Bebop. Okay, you guys got it now? Good. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way and you know what this show is about now, let's talk about my costumes. So I did 2 different outfits for Fujiko for 2 different occasions. Both times I was dressing up with Adam, who I mentioned last week, because he does the Mugen to my Jin for Samurai Champloo cosplay. My first Fujiko Mine outfit was a very straightforward, simple costume. It was based on a design from one of the movies, and was also a design that was used for an action figure. I basically used the figure for most of my reference because that is a really good thing to be able to use when you can. It's nice to have something that already exists in 3 dimensions. Obviously, it's really just straightforward clothing. Most of it was thrifted with a few additions that I had to make myself, like my scarf. While I think I did an okay job, it really didn't come together all that well, and having a wig definitely did not help sell this costume. Nobody knew who I was at all. So that outfit I wore to MTAC, the one and only MTAC I've gone to, and it was the following Anime North I did a Fujiko's dress. Her dress is much more iconic, although the pink version is really the one that people tend to associate with Fujiko, not blue, but there's definitely reference for blue. I'm really not a pink person, and I found a dress that I could use in blue, so we went with that. Once again, it was thrift store clothes. A little bit more modification on this one. I had to do some alterations to the dress, and I also added a little bit of oomph to my own measurements. Fujiko's a very curvy girl. So this was worn to Anime North, I believe, for one day, probably the Friday, and I think one person recognized us and took a picture, and so that's the evidence we have of that costume. I think we did a good job. In any case, it's a really fun anime. I think that you should check it out. Again, there's no investment because there's not any season-long story arcs that you have to worry about. And it's fun. And the dub is actually, I think, pretty good. Again, comedy tends to translate into dubs pretty well because you can add a lot of jokes that make sense in English as opposed to just getting a translation. In any case, I will let you go for the night because I'm exhausted and I need to edit this and then go to bed. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.